Welcome to Together We Mend, and if you haven't been here before, I'm glad to see you here. If you would like to subscribe, maybe to like, to just be able to get more episodes as they come out, then please do so. I'm so pleased to see everybody here, and I hope that we can mend a little bit together on the journey. One thing that I've really been pondering about is this change of identity when we go through these difficult times, when we go through trauma, when we go through traumatic grief. Our identity is changing, and it's not just that it's changing temporarily, it is changing full stop. And it's no wonder that it is, because all of our internal bodies are changing. And I think it's really important to understand that we are the same person, but our identity and our internal life has forever changed. It might have been a traumatic experience, it might have been a traumatic loss, but that kind of hit that we have spoken about in other episodes is something that you will never be the same person again. And if you have lost someone, just lost another person, another loved one, the same thing, we'll lose a part of ourselves. So we will never be the same person again. And it can be so confusing, and we can feel so weird. We can feel so out of sync with ourselves, because we no longer recognize who we once were. We don't recognize the new version that's all of a sudden appeared. And it can be really upsetting, because maybe it might be that we have really enjoyed doing something or being around certain people. We might have really loved socializing, and all of a sudden all we want to do is being by ourselves. We might have enjoyed going out for long walks, and now we don't enjoy that at all. It's just something that happens for a lot of people. It might not happen for everybody, but I would say that the vast majority of people, we have to kind of go with the flow. We have to be like water and just go through the cliffs, the little rocks, the little pebbles, and just be soft as water and just follow through and just try to just hold ourselves with grace, because we deserve that. And it's not just for us to keep pushing, keep going, keep maybe doing what other people want us to do, to please other people. And of course we want to be kind, we want to do the right thing, and of course that we don't want that to change. But I think at the same time it's so important to not just do it because we think as around is expected. I think it's important to really sit back, really listen in, and to think, does this serve me right now in this moment? So for example, it might be that we are with our families, and we might feel like we need to fill up our batteries. And rather than then going, yes, I am doing that too, and coming back from whatever you were doing completely depleted with nothing left in your battery, maybe then just say, I need a bit of time, I need to be by myself, and that's perfectly okay. And I think also one thing that I really have had to learn very, very over a long period of time is we think that people can look at us and people understand that of course we're feeling a certain way, but when it comes to trauma and when it comes to grief, and especially traumatic grief, we are not educated and people can't second guess what we are feeling. So actually speaking to other people and explaining how we're feeling and why we might be reacting in certain ways, I think is so important when we're ready, because we might not feel like we want to share that at an early stage. But when we feel ready, maybe little by little, we can try to explain to people around us, because at the same time as it's confusing for us, I think it's also very confusing for other people, because of course we are different people, and For example, if I think of myself, I used to see friends all of the time. Now I very seldom see friends. And it's not that I don't love my friends, and it's not that I don't want to see them, but I have to weigh up my cup. I have to think of how much am I able to give? How much do I have left in my tank to be able to just do what I need to do in my life for my family? And that probably will change over time. I actually do hope so, because I want to see my friends, of course. But I think it's important for other people to understand and know that it's nothing that they've done wrong. It's nothing that they said. It's just the way it is for us. And it is a journey. It's a lifelong journey. And like if you have been on this channel before, we've talked about war veterans. And I think it's a really, really important likeness, actually, because as if you have listened to war veterans, they feel trapped in their own bodies. They quite often have to move away from the families. And it is to feel like you're locked in your own body. And I know at some stage, I just thought to myself, I have to be like this for the rest of my life. I just have to live with that I'm locked in my own body. And we don't have to feel like we're locked in our own bodies. We can, with patience, with little steps, we can find our way back. And I hope that we can help each other on this journey to actually find a way back to ourselves. And if you feel like you have questions, you are very welcome to contact me. And if you want to share something that you might not want to share in the comments, please contact me. I think it's really important to maybe have other people, have someone else that understands what we're going through. And it might be other people actually in your surroundings that have had maybe similar experiences or feel similarly because of things they've been going through. So my hope is that we can really share and we can get to the bottom of how we can find a way forward, how we can find a new joy and a new happiness. And I know if this is the early stages and if you're right in the middle of the storm, you probably feel like that is impossible, because that's how I felt. It felt absolutely impossible. But if you're willing and if you have resilience in this situation, then you will see that at the other side can be something. It's going to be a work in progress for the rest of our lives. And I know for myself that I often have dips. But what I have noticed is that I bounce back very quickly. I'm not so stuck that if something happens, if there's a trigger, that I know I have the tools to now move forward a little bit quicker. So I would just ask you to maybe listen to your heart and just do what's right for you, because you are worth it. We are all worth it to live a life that is full, because that's what, if we lost someone, that's what they would have wanted. And if we don't do our very best to find a true essence, we are doing a disservice to ourselves. Forget about other people, but just to ourselves. This life is precious. So look after yourself, and I'm so glad you're here. So please subscribe if you feel called to, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Thank you.